Hi everyone, it's me, Krillius, Team Rayceen Productions MC and producer. And for this part two interview, the two-part interview, I am so happy to be here with Harry here on the Rustin Times YouTube channel. Hey Harry, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Rustin Time YouTube channel, everyone. Thank you for coming for part two of our interview. My name is Harry Itie. I'm a journalist and the founder and editor-in-chief of the Rustin Times, a media platform aimed at elevating the conversation around LGBT issues in Nigeria. And I'm also the director of Defiant Voices of a New Generation.
Amazing, amazing. And we have a special guest today, which I am so happy to introduce. We have Bolu Okupe with us. Hey, Bolu, how are you?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and talk to sort of like progressive, like-minded individuals. So it's I'm great. I'm happy to be here. I'm pleased.
Awesome, such a pleasure. Harry, I know you have some questions for Bolu.
Yeah, definitely. And being Nigerian myself, I think the first thing that's been on my mind is how did your family react to the news? Like when it became such a social media viral sensation, how did they take it? And what's your relationship with your family right now?
Yes, it was definitely difficult because, as you can all imagine, you know, Nigeria is a place where we have a very hyper-religious culture. Whether you're Christian or Muslim, most families tend to be very hyper-religious. And, you know, that sort of impacts things like this when you're dealing with like taboo stuff like homosexuality and whatever, or gay, lesbian, transgender, you know, all of this stuff. So it definitely was not easy. I would not want to maybe speak too much about exactly what happened because, you know, sometimes you just have to keep some private family affairs private. But however, yes, I mean, it was definitely not easy. The reactions were a lot mixed reactions, you know, and I feel like the more positive reactions, as you can all imagine, were from people who maybe had gone abroad and studied abroad and, you know, are more exposed or progressive. And, you know, they understand that, you know, there's gay people among us and it is what it is. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to go anywhere. Being gay is not American or European. It's not Western. It's human nature. Like, I don't have an explanation why. Nobody does, but it is what it is. Here we are. And, you know, we deserve to be treated just like anybody else. In terms of like the negativity, it was difficult. I think also what added to sort of like making the whole situation viral was my father's comments on, you know, the whole thing. Yeah, and you know, the thing is, I was not really surprised, and it didn't like, because a lot of people asking me like, oh, are you upset or did it make you feel any kind of way? I was not surprised because I feel like the comments he made are just basically the same kind of comments you can expect from any Nigerian Christian. You know, in fact, I actually think they were quite soft compared to a lot of this other stuff I've seen online. There was some Kenyan guy telling me like they'll kill me or something, like, you know. So I feel like it was actually myself, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not surprised because you have to understand that these people, they've had years, especially if you're older, they had years of biblical teachings, doctrines, all these things like drilled into them from their childhood. So it's like, at some point, you can't really expect them to change. And, you know, I've reached a stage where, as I am right now, I'm not asking anybody to sort of like me or accept me or think I'm normal. Like, I really don't care about all of that. The only thing I'm asking for is just, you need to accept that the fact that as LGBT plus people, we deserve the same basic rights as you. You can think that it's demonic or it's not good or it's bad. You can think whatever you like. That's fine. It's a free world. Think or do as you please. But I just feel like the moment you start to infringe on people's basic human rights, hiding behind religion to do that is where it just gets a bit toxic. And, you know, so that's how I feel about that. But in terms of my family's reactions, it was mixed reactions, but I do think eventually we'll all get to a place where it's positive and we can all love and support each other. That's basically what motivates me.
And you spill some truth right there. You know, the basic human rights are what's important. I mean, anyone can believe what they want to, you know. It's up to them. It's cute for you. It's cute for them. You know, I might believe something different. We may believe something different. But, you know, basic human rights and equality is what we all deserve, no matter who we are or where we are. So, you know, since this story has come out and since everyone's been talking about it, it's been a thing. Who has reached out to you? Who has contacted you? Has it been mostly Nigerian LGBTQ people? Have you heard from people internationally, all over? What's that been like, the response from social media and people reaching out?
it's been really crazy. Like, I've honestly been blown away and very overwhelmed because like I said, I never thought it would go as viral as it did. Like, I kid you not, there are people sending me the story of the article in Chinese, in Russian, from Dubai. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh,
like,
wow.
I'm not actually joking. I'm literally serious. There's some Chinese guy reaching out to me, oh, I read about you. Some guy in Dubai said you were on the news. I'm like, wow, okay. But
Who
in
knew
terms of
homosexuality would make you more famous?
So what did you say?
I said, who knew homosexuality would make you more famous?
It's crazy. It's been crazy. But in terms of how I've taken everything, I just feel like, it's sort of started a conversation that, needed to be had more often, because it's like, I feel like at some point we need to stop being delusional. And, because homosexuality is like a taboo topic that, people just don't speak about in Nigeria, but I feel like they're not delusional. They know, like, I feel like when you were younger, like, you've seen that maybe like slightly feminine boy in your class, or that slightly more masculine girl. Like, we need to stop being delusional. We know that gay men and lesbians exist. We know that. So, if maybe this situation has started a conversation or is bringing more awareness, I'm happy about that, because I feel like eventually the more people feel comfortable or open to talk about it, the more things will maybe start to slowly change. And I'll say something. Ever since this happened, there's a very, very prominent Nigerian political figure. I'm not going to say it because I feel like we have to respect everybody's privacy. But everybody who knows who this person is. So ever since this like situation started, his son actually reached out to me and told me, like, he really appreciates what I did and he finds it inspiring that he's also gay. And, we've been talking for a while. I'm trying to sort of encourage him to come out, but he doesn't want to do so. And I understand, because not everybody can bear that cross. Not everybody can put yourself out there and put yourself in the face of public spectacle or criticism, or not everybody can do that. So I understand it. But if this person was to come out, I kid you not, all the remaining tables that are left to be broken will be broken. So
I've been hearing this, you're not the first person I've heard with this. No, I've been hearing this through the grapevine, and I'm not even from Nigeria. So yeah. Did I hear this from? This is maybe the third time I've heard this. So I agree, and I agree with that assessment. And the fact is, with more people coming out, especially people in prominent positions, people that are in the public eye in some way, some form, it helps more and more people to feel much more comfortable with being themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Harry?
Yeah, I want to just ask you, what are your hopes for the LGBT community in Nigeria? What are your hopes as regards LGBT rights? How do you see the future on the fight for equality for LGBT people in the country?
I think that's a very great question. I think the future is definitely bright. I definitely think the future is bright. I feel like one day, I don't know if it will happen in my lifetime, but I definitely think it will happen, because now you have a lot of younger people who have gone abroad, who have studied, and who have come back to Nigeria to maybe try and impact a positive change. So I feel like slowly things will start to improve, no matter what. Things will start to get better slowly. I just feel like it takes a lot more, like, even if you're not part of the LGBTQ community, I just feel like it takes more of us to sort of like speak up. Maybe more people need to come out, maybe others need to speak up more. And, I feel like in life, and just even irrespective of this situation, we have strength in numbers. That's just a fact. There is strength in numbers. So, like, honestly, if everybody who was gay or lesbian was to come out tomorrow in Nigeria, everybody will be shocked, like, about the sheer amount of people who are actually gay. Some of your favorites, your celebrities, your pastors, your everybody, so I definitely think the future is bright. I feel like more and more people are starting to become more comfortable speaking about this kind of stuff. So just to answer your question, Harry, I think in terms of my plan specifically, I think as of right now, looking at what's happened, it obviously has given me some kind of platform, as we can say. So, I don't feel like anybody has made me a superhero or anything. That's what I'm trying to say. But I just feel like, I have maybe a duty to sort of like try and give back or help my community. So I'm just trying to use it to sort of like speak more and bring awareness to more of these issues. I know the most important thing I'm trying to like speak about is just like the fact that things like the 14-year prison sentence need to go, because there's no reason why you should put somebody in jail just because they choose to love somebody you don't agree with. I'm not even saying, like, I'm not even trying to tell you to agree. You can disagree all you like, that's fine. But two people loving each other does not bother you in any way. So there's no reason why they should be sent to prison. For me, those kind of things just sound very ridiculous and backwards. But yeah, I definitely think the future is bright for LGBT, Nigerians and Africans in general. And, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm just going to keep doing my thing, keep continuing to speak out, keep fighting, and, we'll see.
I love that. I love that. And I have to say thanks to Bolu and to you, Harry, for being visible queer people, from Africa, because, there are not that many, there's not that much visibility when it comes to the LGBTQ community in Africa. And so the more people we have being visible, the more hopefully things can get better really, really quickly. And I mean, there are lots of gays in Africa. And I mean, even here, I've dated so many people from Nigeria, from Ethiopia, from all over Africa. I mean, there's a lot of gays. So we're everywhere. And for the viewers, Bolu answered a few more questions in part 1 of this interview. So that's available on the Team Rayceen YouTube channel. And the link is right down here in the description. So on behalf of Harry and myself, thank you so much for joining us, Bolu. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It's been amazing talking to you guys. I loved and appreciated every second of it.
Thank you, Bolu.
Thank you. And viewers, thank you for watching. We hope you will like and share this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the Rustin Times YouTube channel. And follow the Rustin Times and Team Rayceen on social media. Importantly, please watch part 1 of this interview on the Team Rayceen YouTube channel. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.